Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with Tata. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about GitLab, GitHub, and how they are similar and different at the same time and how to utilize their services. So, as a non-tech major, as I talk about in every single episode, a lot of this stuff was relatively unfamiliar for me when I first started looking at it. But after reading and watching some of my other classmates, I think I have a better understanding of the primary differences between GitHub and GitLab. So, they are both different services where you can upload your code basically to a website and you can immediately edit the code in real time and see how that kind of like changes your dashboard platform, whatever you want to call it. So it's similar to like something like a code pen, except a little bit more advanced. However, the biggest difference between GitHub and GitLab, this is extremely layman's terms, but basically like how I understand it is if anyone here has ever played Minecraft, if you have ever been on a public server where anyone can join, anyone can edit the server, anyone can add blocks, that's kind of like GitHub, where GitLab is like a private server that only you have administrative access over and that you can edit the blocks, or in this case, the code. So that's my brief rundown of kind of like what GitLab is in my eyes. You have your own administrative power over the code. You have more access and more control over what you're doing. So in order to run GitLab on your computer, you need to use a website. So the one that was recommended and the one that I'm going to be using in today's video is Reclaim Cloud. Reclaim Cloud is just, again, kind of a hosting website, but the best thing about Reclaim Cloud that differs it from its other competitors, I should say, is you can only use this like for what you're using is what you pay for. Sorry if I phrased that a little bit weird, but basically other websites, you might load up a balance and then you get a time limit. But Reclaim Cloud, you're only being charged for how much you're actually using. So the first thing you're going to want to do is once you get an account on Reclaim Code, which I have already done, you're going to eventually come to this dashboard and you're going to upload to Premium as well. So you have that holding balance. And you're going to go into Reclaim Cloud and go to this Applications tab. And then you're going to look for, in the featured applications, you're going to look for GitLab. So I'm just really quickly going to go like, oh, there it is. So you're going to be using GitLab, and I'm going to now install this onto my Reclaim. So it might take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video, but I'm going to click install, put in my email, and I will be right back after this downloads. Okay, so now that this is downloaded, you can see after a few minutes, I got this onto my Reclaim Cloud. And then if I click out, close, you'll now see this DevOps Lab Git server. This is now our GitLab within our Reclaim Cloud. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Change Environment Topology. And within this setting, you'll see that it's automatically set here with Cloudlets. Cloudlets is really just another way of like saying how fast your server will be. So we're going to turn this up to maximum cloudlet capacity, and that will make it a little bit more expensive in terms of your hourly cost. But again, it's worth it because it's going to be running so much more quickly. So once we apply that, it's going to say right here like the status and that it's changing that. But again, it shows your usage as well and how much money it's billing you for running this server. But now that it's running with that many cloudlets, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, draining through that cache a little bit faster. But again, it's worth it. And then when you go here, it's going to bring you to a GitLab sign-in. So I'm really going to quickly register and put my account information in, and I'll be right back. So once you have your GitLab signed up, one really useful thing to know is that if you would like to put a repository in to the Reclaim Cloud system, like say you make something on GitHub and you want to upload it right here, you would just go to add repo, and then you would put in a URL and like a branch. So like if you made something in GitLab and you wanted to put it in your Git, like this Reclaim Cloud, it's really easy, and you would add it through this service as well. So at this point, that should give you a brief rundown of how Reclaim Cloud works, how the different GitLab and GitHubs work, and how they are interchangeably similar. But hopefully this video was able to kind of accumulate and help you understand how this works, because it's pretty complicated for me as well. But again, we're all learning together. So thank you guys for tuning in this week, and I will see you next week.